Let's continue the Hakuoki adventure. So we found the samurai guy, and then the paper has this drawing of this white-haired man.
まっところ
Oni.
で新選組のことをよく知っていて絵の心得がある人物。
Oh, so he's one of us. Like the white-haired guy is one of the Shinsengumi.
これを描いたのが伊吹くん。
Ibuki. Who is Ibuki? Soma's eyes grew wide, telegraphing that his secret was revealed by Sanan. He was defeated, nodding to Sanan.
もう一度聞くぞ。この絵は俺一枚きりなの。
捨てるつもりだって言ってたのを無理やりもらってきたからな。なんだってこの絵のことで俺がこんな目に遭わなきゃならないんだ。
こんな鬼みてえな絵が市中に出回ってみろ。
As
俺たち
demons.
の評判が今まで以上に落ちるに決まってるだろうが。
確かに。
Toshikani.
この絵は没収させていただきます。
I wonder what gel Sanan uses. Sanan's rhetorical question left Soma no room to negotiate, leaving him to sigh in defeat.
分かった。
Again.
俺の疑いもこれで晴れたんだろ。
His face looked haggard, exhausted from stress. Kondo stepped forward slowly and nodded.
相馬君だった。俺は会津藩お預かり新選組局長を務め
Well,
て
this is not again.
Kondo.
Sorry. So this is Kondo. Sorry, guys. Sorry, no. Sorry again and Kondo. I caught you guys messed up.
うちの大使が手荒な真似をしてしまってすまなかった。許してほしい。
Kondo, he's also like the mother type juga. He's caring. Kondo exerted his extreme courteousness by bowing deeply and sincerely. Soma was caught off guard by his act of kindness, his eyes growing wide. Instantly, he became flustered.
顔を上げてくれ。あなたは新選組局長なのでしょう。俺みたいな昇進の者に頭を下げるなんて。
I don't blame someone for being so surprised. The samurai way of life dictates that honor and hierarchy are more important than life itself. Whoa, okay. Supposedly, the punishment for dishonoring yourself can be dishonoring your entire family, even for one poor display of manners.
局長という立場にあるからこそ、俺の過ちは素直に認めるべきだと、まあ世に言う武士のあり方とは少し違うかもしれないな。
本物の侍でありてえと思っちゃいるが、今の武士の腐ったところだけを真似てもしょうがない。
Soma was dumbfounded. He didn't speak or move. It was as if he'd never been shown a similar kindness in his entire life. Kondo glanced kindly at Soma, his eyes trying to communicate a sense of safety.
この絵を描いた伊吹君が元気にしている。
Kondo was once a samurai, maybe?
それはよかった。ああ、確かに。
そんな奴のことは
Oh,
覚えて
and
ねえ。
Hijikata as well? Hijikata didn't care for Kondo's olive branch. However, Hijikata's body language seemed forced, making me feel as if he was secretly relieved that this Ibuki person is doing well. The other captains still reflected a collective sense of relief, easing the tensions from earlier. Was this Ibuki a friend of the Shinsengumi? Maybe. It's strange to think. Sorry guys. It's strange to think about how large they are and how many friends they have met and lost in time. It was obvious that Kondo deserved his place as chief, though, for his warm demeanor.
そろそろ帰りますか。実は期待の大使の方々に対する数々の
Soma seemed like a completely different person to the man we met earlier, and he bowed deeply. Suddenly, they are like, okay. Heisuke, Nagakura, and Harada escorted him to the gate. I think they wanted to see him off.
いやー悪かったな。無理やりこんなところまで連れてきちまって。
そもそもあんたたちは俺から絵を奪い取ったりしなきゃこんなことにはならなかったんだ。
そう言うなよ。あんな物騒なもんを他の奴らに見られてたらもっと大事になってた。
そりゃそうかもしれない。
何にせよ龍之介の消息も聞けたんだし、一件落着ってことでよかったんじゃないか。
そうだな。相馬だっけ？せっかく縁ができたんだし、気が向いたら遊びに来いよ。
遊びにって新選組と関わりを持ったりしたら、もっと差し障りが。
ああ、そういや普通の半務めだ。確かに俺たちなんかと関わってるとバレたら面倒。
いや、我が班は。
さて、そんじゃそろそろ飯の買い出しに行かねえとな。佐野、英介、付き合ってくれよ。
おう、そんじゃな相馬、また会おうぜ。
はい。
The three of them hurried off to shop for their dinner ingredients, once again leaving me behind. Soma looked at me shyly and we both smiled faintly before finding the courage to speak.
そういえば聞くのを忘れていた。君も新選組の大使なの？
What should I say? Oh, actually I'm a page. No, I'm not. Hijikata's page. Darling. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna follow along the rumors. Even though lying is never a good thing, telling the truth about my situation would have more likely just confused Soma. Yes, I'm a page. Soma hung his head low and muttered to himself, something that was slowly appearing to be a habit. Wait, what? What is that? Huh? Daimyo. Soma's voice trailed off as he shook his head.
それじゃあ俺はそろそろ行く。皆にもよろしく言っておいてね。
Oh sure, goodbye. I bowed politely and Soma walked towards the gate. Soma was so full of mystery, reminding me just how far I was from home. I turned to head back to headquarters, although in the bleak summer night. Kazuma Soma record. Okay, record. Clear chapter 1. Take a page out of my book. Chapter 2. July. Yay, chapter 2 now. Yay. Chapter 2. The news of my father came forth the other day, and somber relentlessness took hold of me. Originally, it seemed Hijikata granted me approval to accompany the captains on their rounds through Kyoto to search for my dad. Then he called me in. Excuse me. I saw Ogita and Heisuke had been summoned along with me, and I felt a partial sense of relief. He did a little to calm my chattering nerves, and I didn't want to be in a bad spot with Hijikata. You called me? Hijikata seemed to be in a foul mood, so I decided it was best to act with tact in his presence.
お前の行動さん探しの件だがな。しばらく様子を見よう。
What? But why? We just started looking for him. Stopping now would surely cause any of our list to run dry. His words stunned me. How could he back out on this? Hijikata remained deeply composed.
長州の連中が不穏な動きを見せている。本来なら、お前の外に出せる時期じゃない。
I heard about the warriors of the Choshu domain associated with the Imperial Nationalist Party. For some reason, they find foreigners repulsive, using brute force to prevent any foreign presence. All of their faith is aligned with the Emperor. The Shinsengumi, on the other hand, serve the Shogun, meaning they are directly opposed. If the Choshu is active, it could mean that my own goal is of little concern of the Shinsengumi. I might become something of a burden to them. So are you asking me to refrain from joining the rounds until things with the Choshu domain settle? Hijikata nodded and turned towards the two men.
というわけで、 今日からこいつを巡察に連れて行くのは取りやめだ。
なるほどね。だから
Hesky seemed 2 steps behind Jikata's words until this very moment where it seemed to click.
今までだってこいつが巡察に迷惑をかけたこともないし、いいんじゃないかな。
そうそう、僕たちに何かあっても関わらないようにしてくれればそれでいいし、どさくさに紛れて逃げ出すこともないしね。
I won't run. I knew he wasn't being serious, but I couldn't stand to keep my mouth shut. I made up my mind the minute the man of the Shinsengumi agreed to help me find my father. I made a vow to never run from the Shinsengumi for as long as they helped me find my father. My desire to find my father showed no signs of slowing, even since I first arrived in Kyoto. I will keep my vow. So please allow me to continue looking for my father. I bowed to Okita, keeping my eyes locked with his. His smirk, however, shrunk slowly as he gazed towards me, caught in between words to say,
危険を承知でついてくるって言うなら、僕の一番組に同行してくれて構わないよ。それに行動さんらしい人を見たっていう証言もあるしね。
確かにそういう証言も。だが危険だと分かってるところにミスミス出すこともねえだろ。分かってるのか？お前らの足を引っ張りかねねえんだぞ。
I promise I won't cause any trouble. Please, if I lose the opportunity to search for my father, then the chances of finding him will sink. I lied prostrate before him, and Hijikata, he simply sighed heavily.
市中を巡察する組長の指示には必ず従え。
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. I didn't know how else to show my gratitude, so I bowed deeply again.
行くか行かないかはお前が好きに判断しろ。
Alright. I had to make sure this was the best decision. There was something in his demeanor that made me unsure of my desire to leave the compound. Still, if I was with Okita or Hesuke, I'm sure I'd be safe and well protected. On the other hand, my presence could be an undue burden to them. What was I to do? Ooh, leave and search for my father. Ooh. If I remain in the compound, meaning that I should join them, leave and search for my father. Honestly, wait, can't they like teach her to fight or something? What if I remain in the compound? Aku jadi Hijikata space juga. Leave, but she wants to find her father. Oh, yeah. I still want to talk to them. Macam mana ni? But what if I leave? Okay, wait. Think. If I were MC, what would I do? Okay, I think I'm just remain in the compound, meaning that because they're still searching for MC's father, cuma they don't want to involve her because it's risky, because her life is in danger. Sebab tu je sebenarnya Hijikata say that the operation will stop. Tapi since now MC kata she's willing to follow them, follow their rules and all. She kata say okay, I'll just remain. I'll keep joining them. After contemplating, I decided to stay in. I couldn't convince myself that I wouldn't be a burden to them during dangerous situations. Wait, hold up. Wait. Oh. So I chose the wrong thing. Okay, whatever, entah. Anyways, still it was disheartening to think about Haha, another dull day spent inside. Sorry, MC. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Throughout the past 6 months, I was allowed to finally search for my father on the rounds, and I felt like a part of the house by contributing. Even though sometimes I was occupied with cleaning or cooking, it seemed like I was serving my part of the Shinsengumi in a meaningful way. I spent most of my time with the captains, but there were many opportunities to chat with the warriors and come to know them as real people. Maybe they were starting to think of me as a warrior in training rather than Hijikata's page. These worrying thoughts made me so anxious I was turning numb. The idea that I had become so dependent on the Shinsengumi at this moment. What should I do today? I was resigned to the consequences of my decision, something that felt like I was wasting away the tender moments of my life in this headquarters. I was in short with nothing to do. Alright, I decided to enter the inner courtyard where maybe I could feel a pleasant breeze tingle on my face in the shade. How do I say this? The quaintness may calm me down. Quaintness? Damn it. Alas, no one's played through the courtyard today, no reprieve from the harsh sun bearing down upon this dry emptiness. I had a feeling it was going to be a bad day. Whoa, it sounds so loud. Wait, hold up. Shit, it was the best I could hope for, it seemed. I sighed, sitting in whatever shade I could find. Something occurred to me as the sun rose at Kyoto. Alright, my father's been here, hasn't he? They mentioned it, but they hadn't told me why. Was he tending to the injured or perhaps educating the Shinsengumi on how to avoid illness? Maybe he intended to stay here long term. My father never mentioned to have been with the Shinsengumi. He visited only a few times, or so I've been told. If he really been there, doctor, then he would have visited far more often, which left me with the question why. It was extremely clear to me that the Shinsengumi had plenty of secrets, but I grew suspicious that these secrets deeply implicated my father as well. No, that can't be right, can it? I shook my head again, trying my best to dispel the dark thoughts taking shape. Oh, Sanan? I spun around to find that Sanan had walked behind me, utterly undetected and unannounced. Oh, Sanan, is it alright for you to be walking around? You don't. Is Sanan okay? I kinda feel bad for him. Is he okay? There was a hint of coldness to his words. He's still recovering. I couldn't bear to look at the sad, twisted smile he gave me. His arm hadn't healed, and it seemed certain now that it never would. No, it never would heal. No, I'm so sorry, Sanan. The rest of the captains seemed sure that he would never be able to use his arm as he'd done before. Oh. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. They usually let me walk around as I please so long as I didn't go into anyone's room, but I knew that technically I was confined to my room. Any freedom given to me was simply a courtesy. In other words, Sanan was right. If he decided to chastise me for being in a courtyard, I had no reasonable response. There were some things I wanted to think about. I hoped the courtyard would be breezy. The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized they sounded far more like childish excuses than a valid explanation. I'm sorry. Still, I was beginning to grow accustomed to the subtle cruelty that seemed to accompany each word from Sanan's mouth. Alright, I'm going back to my room then. I turned and began to walk away. Sanan's unpleasantness had started after he was wounded during his trip to Osaka. He spent most of his time locked in his room now, and he was quick to lash out on others in response. I knew the loss of his arm hurt him more than I could understand, but I wished he could go back to being the warm, kind man he was originally. I turned around to see him still standing there. It's really hot out today. You should try and stay out of the sun. Please take care of yourself. I gave him a nervous little laugh, and he responded with a chuckle of his own. His smile didn't look forced. Okay. The sudden I first met was still there. My spirits lifted. I ran back to my room. Oh, okay. It was later that evening that the compound exploded with activity. I was walking down the hall when I heard footsteps and turned to see Nagakura coming toward me. Nagakura? What's that for? He glanced down almost absently at his hands, holding a candle and an exceptionally long
長州
needle.
の患者を捕まえたんだけどよ、なかなか口を割らないらしいんだ。
長
土
州。
方さんが直々に相手をすることになったんだが、道具が足りないって言うから売ってくところよ。
I don't understand.
そうこういうことは分からねえ方が幸せだって。
Threatening him, hurting him by force. He gave another bark of laughter, turned his back on me, and walked off. As the sun began to set, the activity in the compound reached a fever pitch. It was so busy that I couldn't even help with making dinner. The commotion was overwhelming. Hesky. Naga, if we hear that running sound, it's always Hesky. He shot past my door, then went back around. What happened? All the men are running around. Anyone from the Choshu prisoner?
ああ、あいつがようやく口を割ってさ、今夜長州のやつらが会合するらしいんだ。で、俺らは打ち入り準備中ってわけ。
Oh, Hezekiah went on to explain that the Shinsengumi would be splitting into two groups and searching locations at opposite ends of the city. Kondo would take 10 men to the Ikeda Inn and Jikata would take 24 to the Shukoku Inn.
土方さんたちの行く四国屋が当たりっぽいよ。俺は逆方向だから。ちょっと残念だな。
They sent more men with Hijikata because they thought he'd be seeing action. Kondo and his men were to make sure they covered all their bases. You mean there aren't even 40 men ready?
肝心な時に暑さで腹を壊す奴らが多くて困ってるんだよ。
I know that the heat and close quarters made some men sick, but I hadn't known it was so many. Hezekiah sighed.
反射次第にも連絡入れたんだけど、動いてくれる気配がないんだよ。
Sounds like you've got your work cut out for you. Unfortunately, there wasn't much I could offer him apart from sympathy. I had a feeling it was going to be a difficult night. After all the men capable of fighting had left for their respective assignments, Sanan called for me.
もちろん名目上のことですが、私は局長から本所の守護を仕切るよう仰せつかりました。
Sanan's passive-aggressive attitude reared its head.
新選組の本所が何者かに狙われないとも限りません。君は私の目が届く範囲にいてください。非常時には敵に私から指示を出します。
Okay. I hesitated a moment, then he spoke. Does that mean you'll protect me? I wasn't sure why, but he laughed at that.
腹痛で寝込んでいる大使よ。私の方がまだ使い物になりますから。
Was I supposed to be happy? His smile was so sad I wasn't sure what to say. It seemed to hurt him most when the other men were out fighting, and all he could do was wait. The silence between us stretched out until the door to our room suddenly opened without a sound.
サンナー総長、奴らの会合場所が池田屋と判明いたしました。
The Ikeda Inn.
それは困りました。新選組は意外と賭け事に弱いのかもしれません。
His tone was light, but his face was serious, and with good reason. They had been certain Shikoku was the right location, and had sent only half as many men to Ikeda.
一つ面倒を頼まれてくれますか。
The man whom he called Yamazaki nodded curtly. He is a Shinsengumi officer and spy, as well as a member of the watch. Despite not living in the Yagi residence, he is aware of my situation.
敵の所在は池田屋であると四国屋へ向かった土方君に伝えてください。そして大変なお手数なんですが、その伝令にはその子も同行させてほしい。
Wait, Yamazaki seemed just as surprised. I paused before thinking about what's next. Honestly, let's just go. I'll go. Please let me help you guys. If I really could help, then I wanted to. I lived with this man for almost half a year. They fed me, giving me a roof over my head, and helped me look for my father.
お言葉ですが総長、伝令であれば俺一人で事足ります。
Yamazaki's cold eyes slid over to me for a moment as he spoke.
伝令に向かう途中、他の老師に足止めされるかもしれません。それ以外にも長州側の遠兵が存在する可能性もあります。もし伝令の道中に敵と遭遇したのなら、土方君との合流も遅れてしまうでしょう。
Sanan finished with the soft smile I hadn't seen him use for weeks.
私の言いたいことわかりますか？
はい。自分が長州遠兵の足止めを行い、最悪は彼女だけでも土方隊に合流させる。
What? It sounded as if they were suggesting if things went badly, Yamazaki would sacrifice himself.
もちろん山崎君が失敗するとは思っていませんよ。我々には人手が足りず、君には仕事が多い。会津藩や諸師大への連絡も担ってもらわねばなりませんから。
That would have Yamazaki running all across Kyoto. I suppose it really drove home just how thin the Shinsengumi was stretched. And there's no other person that could do this job. And what about Shimada? Shimada is another Shinsengumi spy who is trusted enough with knowledge of my situation. Sanan shook his head. The Shinsengumi need every single member they can get, and Shimada was with the Shikoku team. Which means that apart from Yamazaki, I was the only one that could possibly serve as a messenger at the moment.
確か雪村君だったな。護身程度の術なら身につけていると聞いた。
Yes, I
残念な
do.
がら君の安全は保証できない。それで構わないというのであれば。
If I tried to run away while we were out, I had no doubt that he would kill me without hesitation. His mission is his priority, not my life. Even so, I'll go. I can take care of myself. You don't need to worry about me. Sanan gave me a small smile. I knew he wanted to join the battle more than anyone, but we both knew that wasn't possible. The least I could do was carry out my mission.
では、総長命令、しかと受けたまわりました。
He bowed then as he stepped out of the room and turned to me.
全力で俺についてこい。
I took off after him, my legs working as hard as they could. Into the dark street we ran. I discovered quickly that halfway year indoors did little for my physique and I was out of shape. After a few blocks, I was gasping for breath. Yamazaki was running ahead of me, suddenly stopped and looked sharply behind us.
何があってもこの通りを走り抜ける。後ろを振り向く必要はない。
Don't tell me someone's behind
みんな
us.
知らなくてもいい。
Seems like Yamazaki's hunch was right. What should I tell Yamazaki? I understand. I will get the message to them.
そう言ってくれると助かる。あとのことは頼んだぞ。
Got it. When we left the compound, I already decided that Yamazaki deserved my utmost trust, so I didn't look back. As I stepped into the next intersection, I saw a flash of metal from the corner of my eye.
君は惑うな。
Woi.
じきに合流できる。白の大福を目指してこのまま走れ。
Right. I kept running. I pretended I didn't hear the sound of swords swinging against one another behind me and ran. My knees felt weak and my legs shook, but I kept going. They have to collapse or tear themselves to pieces before I stopped. Even so, I felt so slow. I wanted to cry out, to scream at my body to go faster, faster. A bright light suddenly cut through the darkness, and I placed my hand over my eyes from the glare. My heart stopped. Was it Choshu soldiers? I
何やっ
froze.
てんだてめえは。
I very nearly began to cry with relief. Hijikata was not dressed in the usual light blue jacket, but rather a bright white uniform to be seen in dimly lit places. Instead, I simply collapsed as Harada reached out to grab me.
大丈夫か。勝手に豚書から出てると土方さんに怒られるぞ。
I grabbed hold of Harada's hand and pulled my body to its feet. I wanted to tell him I had permission to leave and explain it was alright for me to be there, but I was so winded that I could barely speak. Besides, I wasn't sent to Hijikata to make excuses. I took a deep of a breath as my shattered lungs could manage before speaking. They were meeting at Ikeda. Suddenly Hijikata's expression changed.
おめえはあっちか。
I nodded rapidly.
敵の会合場所
Hijikata gestured toward
三
me.
男さんなら脱走を見過ごさねえ。つまりこいつは早朝命令で屯所を出たってことか。
よく俺らと交流できたな。今日の地理には詳しくね
Yamazaki, I finally got some of my breath back and I did my best to tell them what had happened.
合図や諸次第はどうなの？池田屋に行ってるのか？
I just shook my head. Hijikata thought for a moment, then spoke.
斉藤と原田は隊を率いて池田屋へ向かえ。よそで別件を処理しておく。
Harada and Saito nodded curtly, then turned to their business. Busyness? Their business? Wait, their busyness? Their business? Oh my god, Saito! I still lacked breath to respond properly, so I simply nodded. We both knew they couldn't leave me here, but whom should I accompany? Oh, okay. Who should? So, what should we choose then? We're going to find out in the next gameplay then. Okay, thank you guys for tagging along, playing Hakuoki with me. See you next time.